Welcome, guys. Welcome. You've joined us now for the conclusion of the second round of the Halfa Legg League Cup. We have some interesting conclusions as our final 8 whittled down to a final 4. Some shocks, some interesting results, as well as a few casualties of war, including, at least as far as I'm aware, a couple deaths. So we'll start with the first fixture, where the first death occurs. Nurgle's Monster Mashers of Sam versus the Roaring Juniors Necromantic of Adam. The game ended in a 2-0 victory for the Necromantics, an understandable and fair result, mirroring a similar result last season by the senior team. But big moment in this is Monster Mashers. They only had one Pestigore last season when they were Mother's Love, but the coaches this time has learned from his mistakes and picked up 2 Pestigores. It is a good thing too, because one of them ain't coming back. Mama and Papa Nurgle won't be seeing that motherfucker again, as he is D.A.D. dead. And he's out the cup. Shock, horror, glory. But very well done to Adam so far, who compared to last season was struggling a lot with his undead team, improving quite a bit. Next match, and these 2 matches, might I add as well, from the Primera Division, were the round 1 fixtures. So now, doing another rematch, we've got Carl's Chaos Dwarves Black Spike Feet versus my Amazon Skullsplit and Sheilas. It's a tough game, playing against someone that's perfect counter. That tackle nullifies my entire dodge, and I've paid for it in characteristics. It's a hard game. It ended in 2-1 to the Black Spike Feet. Skullsplit and Sheilas scored in the first half, turn 6. The equaliser didn't come in till turn 8 of the second half, and it was heartbreaking overtime. But, and this is where the other casualty comes in, Skullsplit and Sheilas killed a Minotaur. And you heard that right. Sources have said that there may have been some interesting arrangements made between the coach of the Black Spike Feet and the team of the Skullsplit and Sheilas, and it said, and although it's never been proven because the independent investigators never returned, that they were given a toxin to use on the Minotaur from the Chaos team themselves. It's interesting. Reasonings? We'll see. Will it pay off? They better fucking hope so. But they're through as well. Moving down, and I move these up. That is not where it wanted to be. The final 2 games of this round are Liam's They Break Your Legs Chaos Chosen versus Kai's Dwarven Memento Moris. It's a very solid game. Kai, despite being a new coach, has been doing pretty well and has won a couple of games, probably ones he had no right to win, but didn't win this one, as it was a 2-0 victory to the Chaos Boys, and they'll be rocking through. So far in the final 4, we got half of the teams of Chaos. Can it be a third when it comes to the Chaotic Outcast versus the hodgepodge villains? Well, unfortunately, as most commentators would love to report on the consistent yeeting and great early grave setting of stunty teams, these hodgepodge villains done it again. They won 1-0 against a decently experienced coach. It's proven that Rob at least can hold his own, but with also fighting for top of the table in the Lilly-May Segunda division, gets promotion. The question is, 1, will the hodgepodge villains rise again, or will he have a new team, or just a new halfling team? The other question is as well, how will he fare in the Primera Division? It's an interesting question because it's a whole different ball game. But seriously though, we got stunty representation in the semi-finals. But I'm sure you're gonna want to see the draw, aren't you? You're gonna want to see who's playing who. Ready for that final? Games are as follows. Adam, the Roaring Juniors are going to be playing Carl, Black Spike Feet. I predict... Ooh, it's going to be an interesting one. I actually, on paper, I would expect a necromantic victory. But Harley's by far and away a far more experienced coach. Adam's a much newer and up-and-comer. He has potential, but is it too soon? That's the big question. I'm going to tentatively think necromantic can win, but I would expect Black Spike Feet to win. And then the other interesting game, Hodgepodge Villains, Rob versus Liam's They Break Your Legs. It's another interesting one because we've got the God Apocalypse of the Chaos that just like taking God, and oh yeah, God. But you've also got the Hodgepodge Villains who have surprised everyone, and Stunty sometimes, like Nuffle favors Stunty. Nuffle favors Stunty. And I kind of agree. My prediction is it's probably gonna be a Hodgepodge victory unless They Break Your Legs do as their name says and break some legs, because if they can get the numbers game quickly and early, there is nothing they can do. Like, stunty, but if you get your team decimated, there's nothing you can do, and it's even harder for a stunty team. So I'm going to tentatively put my prediction, because there's not that much Mighty Blow or anything like that. There is a lot of guard, so I expect a lot of guard break armors maybe, but not probably Kazis. I'm going to predict that it's going to be Black Spike Feet versus the Hodgepodges in the final. And just to remind people as well, next Tuesday, which is the 16th of August, there is going to be the final game of the round 2 of the league fixtures to be completed, which is Lee's Tentacles Are Us versus the Hodgepodge Villains. I'll do a separate video on that. We have a potential international break coming up, and it will either be following that game for one Blood Bowl week, or after the next round of fixtures following that. We'll see. I'll let you guys know when I get the video uploaded after the 16th game. So, until then, I think everyone should have a damn good day. And as it looks, we've got 3 teams from the Raki Kuriko Premier Division, 1 and the only one left from the Lilly-May Segunda Division. Will it be an interleague final? Or will the top boys stay on top? See you later.